When an officer pulls you over for a suspected DWI, he will typically have you removed from your vehicle to perform field sobriety tests, FSTs. There are many different types of field sobriety tests that are given, but the most common are the following. The HGN test, that stands for horizontal gaze nystagmus. That is when an officer takes a pen light or a pen and brings it 6 inches in front of your eyes and moves it from side to see whether or not there are certain movements in your eye which detect alcohol in your system. Another common test is the walk and turn test. You will be asked to walk 9 steps forward, heel to toe, make a turn, and come back 9 steps the other way towards a police officer. You are typically walking on an imaginary line, and the police officer is observing whether you are walking heel to toe, whether you're walking straight, whether you use your arms for balance, and whether you fall or stumble during this test. Another common test is the one-legged stand. You are asked to raise one of your legs 6 inches above the ground and hold it there for 30 seconds. Sometimes you are required to count out loud the 30 seconds. Other times you're required to count silently to yourself. Again, in this instance, the officer is observing whether or not your leg is so many inches above the ground and whether you hold it up for 30 seconds. Another common test is the finger to nose test. This requires the person who is being observed to take the tip of one of his fingers, extend his arms out, and touch the tip of his nose, and do it with both hands. Typically, you must do it 3 times with each hand, with your head remaining straight and your body not swaying or moving at all. The officer is observing you for whether you follow the directions properly and whether you're able to touch the tip of your nose with your finger. Another test given is called the Romberg test. The Romberg test requires you to stand at attention with your feet together, tilt your head back, and keep your arms at your side, and hold it there. The officer is looking to see whether or not you are swaying either side to side or back and forth. Another test given is the alphabet test. Surprisingly, most people who are intoxicated or impaired by alcohol or drugs are not able to perform this test. It's usually as simple as saying the ABCs from A to Z, or sometimes starting at the 3rd or 4th letter such as C or D and finishing up at W. But again, the officer is observing you as to whether or not you are following directions and whether you can say your ABCs.